want to see him use some siege tanks on the high ground like he used to in StarCraft 1. I think it'd be a great move, but FruitDealer, he is making 24 speedlings right now. Here he goes, attacking with some speedlings and roaches, just trying to do whatever damage he can right now. If he can reduce the tank numbers, that will be huge.
And there's Micro with the tank. Oh! Does manage to get one tank, and Artos, I cannot emphasize exactly what you were saying enough. If that tank count is too low, Boxer cannot push. He needs to keep that tank count high, and this is going to be very intimidating for Boxer. Look at FruitDealer's creep spread right at the front gates. Ooh, picks off one creep tumor.
Very nice move by Boxer. He denies the creep. Remember, guys, Zerg units move faster on the creep, which means you're going to get a surround quicker. It's very bad for the Terran. In fact, Boxer may even want to scan here and try to take this stuff out. And maybe take out the Mink statue because he's the bad guy. But you know, he needs to definitely get rid of the creep though. On a more serious note.
Boxer is scouting up with the SCV. He's going to see FruitDealer's base over here. Has a lot of drones at already. FruitDealer just making queens all over the place, keeping his count high. And I like what he's doing. You know, he's getting roach speed, he's getting Hydralisk range, and he's making ridiculous amounts of Zerglings. So he just wants to overpower him with like the mass Zerg units. And that's actually a really good idea considering how close this gold base is.
Now, weirdly enough, if we look at the resource counting station, Boxer is at 80 food. His opponent, FruitDealer, is at 77 food. Boxer has actually been a little bit ahead all game long, but we're starting to see that FruitDealer is rapidly catching up as a result of that center gold expansion, mainly Zerglings being made by FruitDealer. Another expansion going down at the far right. FruitDealer so active about expanding, and I'm really surprised by this choice to go Hydralisks.
Yeah, the Hydralisk choice is a little bit weird, but there are Banshees floating around, so I kind of get it. If you have enough creep, Hydras are actually usable nowadays against Terran. It's just that the tanks do not kill them quite as quickly, and the creep spreading is really the key to good Hydra usage.
All right, here we go. The Queen is going to get picked up. Boxer needs to do some damage very quickly. They're taking out these Queens. Uh-oh, as you know, guys, may know, Queen's very slow off creep. Now he can go for the drones. No, Spore Crawler. Oh, he's going to try to get the hatchery. Risky, not going for drones. He says if I just get rid of this hatchery, I'm going to get ahead, but Hydra's quite scary. Quite a strong anti-air unit as well.
Oh, Boxer almost picking off one Hydralisk, but he will end up retreating, but that was a good bit of damage he did because all of it was free. That is so important whenever you're doing a little bit of damage, not to get overexcited and to suicide those units. Boxer going to be pulling back those Banshees to repair, and in the meantime, just making Thors, Marauders, Marines, and again, switching to that big 3-factory play in the mid-game.
And at the same time, he is getting cloaked for his Banshees, so obviously we're going to see a lot more cloaked Banshee play from Boxer. And that's going to be pretty annoying for FruitDealer. He has to spend a lot of gas on Overseers to be able to see those. And Boxer, you know, it's getting a little bit scary. FruitDealer is taking a 4th base, and if you got 4 bases against 2, it almost doesn't even matter what units you make.
It's funny because this game is starting to look a lot like our previous game, only oddly enough, it should be impossible for FruitDealer to have an economic advantage. It's the fact that he lost the hatchery at the start, well, had to cancel rather, and then takes the gold expansion and actually gets away with it in a very risky move, which to me almost reminds me more of like something that Boxer would do. Normally it's Boxer that's known to do risky stuff like this.
But FruitDealer, one thing to note, he is low on queens, only has 3 queens on 4 bases. Those Banshees are scanning to pick off these creep tumors. Without any additional queens, this is going to be almost impossible for Cool to be able to move back into the center of the map. Excuse me, FruitDealer was calling him by his StarCraft 1 nickname. That is, of course, long since passed.
FruitDealer, easily the best ID I've ever heard in my entire life. So the creep, as you can see, the FruitDealer frantically trying to lay more creep tumors. He knows that this ground has to be covered in gooey creep so that the Zerg have an advantage when this inevitable battle eventually does get here.
Yeah, really. When he's making so many Hydralisks, he needs that creep out. It is of the utmost importance. In fact, he should make more queens at this point. Just really get creep everywhere. But it is Baneling time, and that's what FruitDealer really likes to do with his gas.
And look at that. Dead broke on the gas for FruitDealer. Only has 5 Banelings. Or any other ones around the map? No, just those. And look at this great push by Boxer, spreading out all these tanks. He's going to be very slow, very methodical. This is exactly why FruitDealer did not want to have close positions. It is so easy to push, and look at Boxer spreading out. There's the cloak moving forward, going to be able to pick off the Queen. The center expansion might just fall to only Banshees. Boxer being so patient and getting huge leads.
He's an awesome play here. The Banshees chased away when the Hatchery still has half its health, but FruitDealer, he is on the ropes right now. He's going to lose that gold base most likely, and Boxer's push looks very strong. He's going to have to take a third base while pushing, though, or FruitDealer should be able to wear him down.
Looks like we're getting closer and closer and closer to the final battle. Now, note, this is very intentional by FruitDealer. He's put creep all over the place over here, so he could not, his opponent could not expand or build a command center there.
So Boxer, yeah, like you were saying, absolutely dead broke on money, needs to begin taking another expansion. The gold might even be his best choice if he can take it out, but FruitDealer looks like he's gearing up for a counterattack, but no tanks at the back door will be able to shut those down. But Boxer is getting in riskier and riskier waters as he's moving farther forward, but here's the push at the center gold expansion, doing some big damage. Tanks now well positioned, and the middle expansion is still alive, still alive. Here's a huge push, the flank from all fronts, where the Banshees to deal damage. The top side is being hollowed out by this push from FruitDealer. Center push gone. Banelings dropping. Boxer comes out on top and eliminates the center expansion.
Wow. Totally insane by Boxer here. Now he knows it is time to push. FruitDealer, he is in a lot of trouble here, Tasteless. It looks like he has just a few roaches left, just scrambling whatever units he can. But Boxer...
Tank counts falling rapidly. Got a little bit too overeager, didn't wait. Huge roach count flooding down now. Boxer's huge push might have just crumbled. Where does FruitDealer get all these units?
Unbelievable. FruitDealer, however, will not be able to keep this many units without this gold base. So FruitDealer is going to have to keep the army that he has pretty much alive for now. Note, as I said earlier, Creep Tumor put here. He can't land the command center. Meanwhile, they're fighting over in this region. Boxer's attention is too split up. He can't actually get up here to take out this Creep Tumor.
And to take out that Creep Tumor, he'd need to scan. He hasn't made any Ravens, and that will hurt his economy even more. It looks like another attack here by FruitDealer. Beautiful Baneling bombs again, all over the Marines and SCVs that are repairing, and the Roaches look like they are actually going to clean up the last of Slayer's tanks on the front.
Hellion drop over here at the expansion. He needs to get drones. He's got the blue flame upgrade. He's taking up quite a bit. Meanwhile, more battles going on here with the Roaches against the army. He's taking out all the drones. Almost all the drones. 3 drones remaining.
But in the center, it looks like FruitDealer has won a big push in the center, has knocked Boxer all the way back to his front. Boxer surprisingly hungry for more and more units, trying to expand to the center, but that creep spread is going to be able to block it. There's FruitDealer laying down a good chunk of creep, nothing Boxer can do, and is actually flying by this Spore Crawler that is slowly dying because it is off creep.
Yes, it
Spore
is.
Crawler versus Command Center here. Spore Crawler does not win this battle. As you can see, Zerg has pushed Terran all the way back inside of his base, but there are no drones here. Zerg does not have a gold base. Zerg is basically running off 2 bases. So it's actually very close right now. It's very, 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 very close.
Oh, and Boxer tries to land at the bottom center, but gets spotted by FruitDealer, who will shut it down. But I don't think Boxer cares. He just desperately wants to get this planetary fortress finished. He could repair it. He's actually moving down here with a bunch of units. He needs to unload that planetary fortress.
We got an attack over here at Terran's base. FruitDealer's going to clean him up.
FruitDealer going for the kill now, dropping more Banelings on all the opposition. Boxer's expansion looks like it's going to go down. At the same time, Boxer attacking FruitDealer's bottom right expand, but FruitDealer is in Boxer's main base, and it looks like these are just too many Roaches, and Boxer, he may be dying to this one.
There's almost nothing that Boxer can do, but he's going to try to keep macroing. He's even doing a drop in the main of FruitDealer, target firing that queen. That queen will end up falling. Meanwhile, back in his base, look at the roach numbers just pouring into his main. No matter what Boxer makes, it is so hard to stop that number of roaches.
So Boxer essentially killing off almost all of the workers here. However, Boxer does not have a base anymore, and bases are pretty good in StarCraft. So it does look like FruitDealer is going to win this.
And there's the good game.
GG.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Really impressive game. I got to say, Boxer, he played really, really well. And I am totally blown away. Guys, give it up for Boxer. Slayer's Boxer. And of course, FruitDealer played just remarkably the way he handled himself. In that second game, You guys talk about it. It's just so amazing the way he came back.
Yeah, I mean, like, those positions were so close. The tank line seemed to never end, but he just kept having more and more and more units. We were all shocked at how quickly FruitDealer took that 4th base, but we clearly saw that that's what gave him the economy he needed. There were an endless stream of roaches. Unreal.
Yeah, and really that creep tumor that you kept on pointing out, Tasteless, up at the top expansion, that was critical because there were times where Boxer could have easily landed that, made a planetary, and FruitDealer was not really going to break that between Siege Tanks, Thors, Blue Hellions, and all that stuff. So really, FruitDealer, his creep spread, I think that was the key to that game. And, well, Boxer had a GG, man. FruitDealer is the king of StarCraft 2.
He's the king. Give it up for the FruitDealer.
I'll clap as well.
And let's throw the bracket up on the graphic up on the screen above us right now. As you can see, by the way, this was a special show match that we just casted for you. This is not part of the tournament. Neither Slayers Boxer or the FruitDealer are actually participating in the Blizzcon tournament. So as you can see, here are the results thus far.
That is quite amazing to me that White Raw has been performing so well, as of course he recently got married, so he has to worry about that as well. And at the same time, though, he seems to have been just crushing through so many players and is really performing beautifully in the winner's bracket.
And you know, Loner versus Sen, I am looking forward to that match tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Sen has been one of the best StarCraft 2 players since the beginning. Of course, we all remember Sen from StarCraft 1, a complete legend of the non-Korean community. And going up against the new Chinese StarCraft 2 star, Loner, who's being successful in GSL as well as here at BlizzCon, that is my match to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, both of those players just seem unstoppable. Doesn't matter. FruitDealer coming out, getting a cheer from the crowd.
The FruitDealers come out. By the way, guys, if you enjoy these games, if you're new to watching StarCraft, you can follow Artosis and me. We live in Korea, and we work for a company called GomTV.net. Have some of you guys seen the GSL? Yeah. So those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, check that stuff out. Also, Sean, tell me about your show.
I don't live in South Korea. I live in downtown Los Angeles. Kind of the same thing. But for any of you who would like more Day 9 action, of course, you can find me at youtube.com/Day9TV. Yeah.
And feel free to follow us on Twitter, guys. And check out our shirts at thehandsomenerd.com. And we got to read this thing.
I have to read it. All right. For those of you watching our BlizzCon coverage online, click the Upgrade Now button on your portal to watch our Blizzard main stage and panel stage feeds. Tonight we will have the costume and dance contest, and don't miss tomorrow night where we'll have Tenacious D live in the house.
All right, guys, I think we did it for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining us, and give it up one more time for the FruitDealer.